Hey everybody, it's Olive. So I'm coming to you guys out of drag, no makeup on, a little bit of makeup on, because I want to talk to you guys about some serious issues that we have within our community, within the LGBTQ plus community, and I didn't really want to look like a bad bitch while I do that, although kind of hard for me to not look like a bad bitch. But I didn't want to wear a bunch of makeup and have a wig on and try to talk to you guys about something serious. I wanted to come to you guys as I am, naturally, as I walk throughout the world, and be real with you guys, because I love to have fun and do the ASMRs and do the role plays, but I do want to use my platform to talk about things that I'm passionate about, and I'm very passionate about the things that I want to talk about today. So a little background on me, if you don't know who I am. My name is Olive Ugly. Well, that's my drag name. My real name is Isa Scanlon. I'm 19 years old, I live in Los Angeles, and I'm a gender non-conforming, gender fluid gay boy. You can call me he, him, you can call me she, her, you can call me they, them, I don't give a I want to first acknowledge my privilege as somebody who grew up in the West, in America, in the 21st century, Here in America, we have a lot of rights that people in other parts of the world don't have, especially in the Middle East. You can be murdered for being gay. And our community is so much better off than it was 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. That being said, just because other people have it way worse than us in other parts of the world, and people in the past have had it worse than we have it now, that doesn't mean we shouldn't talk about the issues within our community and solve them so we can all live a better life and we can protect the young members of our community, because that's kind of what these issues are focused on, the young teens and the young adults of our community who are kind of bearing the brunt of these issues that I'm bringing up. I'm not complaining when I bring these up. When I bring up these issues, I'm trying to evoke change. I'm trying to spark a conversation and get people talking about things that I don't see people talking about. So, trigger warning for discussions of predatory behavior. So if that's something that really upsets you, do what you gotta do, maybe don't watch this. It's not gonna be too intense, but you've been warned. So there is a current belief that is being pushed by the far right that gay and trans people are predators, that we're predatory, that we are trying to prey on children, that we are trying to sexually harm young kids. This is a talking point that is being used to dehumanize us. So we are pushing against it and we're saying we're not predatory, we are not trying to harm kids, this is not happening in our community, because this is something that's being used to take our rights away. So we're rightfully pushing against this. However, we are so focused on defying that rhetoric that we are not acknowledging the fact that there are very predatory gay men in our community. Whether we like it or not, these people exist in our community. And we need to put things in place to protect the young members of our community. It's like we're not allowed to talk about this because the right is gonna be like, well, you just said it, so therefore we're gonna strip you of your humanity. But that's very harmful because we're not acknowledging this. This is happening. This is very much happening. For example, Grindr does not do anything except ask you when your birthday was to confirm that you are over the age of 18. Off the top of my head, I can think of 3 people I knew in high school that were 15, 16, 17 years old on Grindr hooking up with grown men. 15 years old, hooking up with grown men from Grindr. Deadass. 3 people I could think of off the top of my head that I knew of. To be fair, maybe these grown men on Grindr didn't know that they were underage, but I have a hard time believing that because I'm 19, and when I look at a picture of myself from when I was 15, when I see a 15-year-old, I am literally like, oh my god, that's a child. And we're in the same age group. So how are you a grown man and you're messaging this person and you don't know that they're underage? You know. And even if you don't know and you think they actually are 18, if you're 40 years old and you're talking to an 18-year-old and you're going and meeting up with an 18-year-old and you're having sex with them, that's still predatory. There's still a problem with that. That's still wrong. Grindr has a responsibility to protect our youth. Grindr is a major social network in our community. As of December of 2022, 11 million active users are on Grindr. 11 million people are actively using Grindr. This is a major thing in our community. This is huge. This is a major thing. And the people who run it have a responsibility to protect the young members of our community. Why does Grindr not require a photo ID? Why does Grindr not require a picture of a photo ID? That would decrease catfishing, and that would decrease young kids getting taken advantage of. It's not hard for me to believe that Grindr doesn't want to, because then they would lose users, and then they would get less money because they would get less people to show ads to, but I think they have a responsibility to our community. Being such a huge, massive social network in our community, I feel like they have a responsibility. And this is gonna happen no matter what. There's gonna be ways around it. People have fake IDs, you know, it's gonna happen still, but they're not doing anything to stop this. They're not doing anything to stop this. Nothing. I swear to God, they're not doing anything. I see people on Grindr. I don't really use Grindr because I think it's fucking gross. If you use Grindr, good for you, you know, get that. But all the time I'll see people and I'll be like, that's actually a kid. That's a 15-year-old kid. And, you know, I'll be vulnerable. I was on Grindr when I was 15. I didn't meet up with anybody from it, but I downloaded it and I talked to guys on it and I was taking advantage of that way. But I remember my friends seeing me on Grindr and messaging me like, yes, girl, get that dick. That's right. Like, you get yours. Like, I'm so happy you're on here now. This is like encouraged by our community. Like, nothing is in place to stop this from happening. And if you are a young gay boy or a young trans woman and you feel isolated, there's nobody at school that you can mess around with, you have no validation, you feel ugly, you feel desperate, you're frustrated, you want connection, you're gonna download Grindr and you're gonna get taken advantage of. And nothing is gonna stop you from doing that. We need to educate the young members of our community. Do not do this. This is not something you want to be doing, and we need to hold Grindr accountable to stop this from happening. They are capable of stopping this from happening. 1000% they are capable of stopping this from happening. Fucking the Grindr Plus membership is like, what, $30 a month or something? You can't take some of that money and hire some person who can figure out how to do this? Or do you just want to keep your ad money from these kids who are getting taken advantage of on your platform? Young people are also less likely to have protective sex. So you've got 15-year-old kids meeting up with 40-year-old men having unprotected anal sex. You have porn being your sexual education, and you have Grindr as your playing field. And you're an insecure, isolated, lonely child who wants connection, who wants to explore their sexuality, and can't. And the only place you can is Grindr. You know, when I was younger, I don't know if it still exists, but we had Yubo, which was it said it was like a live streaming platform, because you could live stream on it. You'd like match with people on live stream and stuff. But a lot of people use that to, you know, sext with each other. And I thought that was great because we were talking to each other. We weren't talking to grown people. And if there was a grown man on Yubo, he would get removed. But not the other way around. A child on Grindr doesn't really get removed. I'm sure sometimes some kids do get banned off Grindr, but if you know what you're doing, you can fly under the radar. But maybe some of those kids would get less taken advantage of if they required a photo ID. I don't understand why they don't require a photo ID. I don't understand. Is there a downside to demanding photo ID on Grindr? Because I don't see a downside. I mean, maybe some people don't have a photo ID, but kind of got your priorities messed up if you don't have a photo ID and you're trying to get some dick. You know what I mean? We need to educate the young people of our community not to do this. Do not do this. If you are a young queer person and you want to download Grindr, don't do it. And don't do it not in like a, oh my god, it's mischievous, don't do it. Don't do it in like a don't do it way. Like, don't do it. You're gonna feel like shit. You're gonna get taken advantage of. Don't do it. And if you have done it, it's okay. Don't feel wrong, don't feel shameful, don't feel like you've done something wrong. You were taken advantage of. That's not on you, that's on the gross people who took advantage of you and the gross people who are allowing you to get taken advantage of. So I am directly speaking to the people who work at Grindr. You need to put an end to this because it's happening. It's happening. It's very much happening. You need to stop it. You absolutely have a responsibility in our community to stop this from happening. Another thing that I want to talk about is internalized homophobia. So I think we're all familiar with what internalized homophobia is, but it's basically people who are homosexual who have internalized the negative beliefs about homosexuals from our culture, from our cishet culture. So this manifests in gay men rejecting femininity and rejecting feminine gay men and not allowing them to be in the same space as them and pushing them out, isolating them because they are unafraid to be who they are, and these people have internalized for years all this awful stuff and envy them, so they push them away and exclude them and make them feel isolated. I want any young gay boys who are watching me to know that it's okay to be feminine. It's okay to be a feminine gay boy. I'm a feminine gay boy, and it's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. It doesn't make you wrong. It doesn't make you unlovable. It doesn't make you undesirable. It just makes you you. And who you truly are is so much more beautiful and so much more fun and so much better than who you think the world wants you to be. You are who you are for a reason, and you deserve to honor who you are for that, and people will love you. And guys will like you for being feminine, even if it doesn't seem like they do right now. Trust and believe they will. And this is something I struggle with. I need to take my own advice with this because I feel undesirable and unattractive and not attractive for being feminine. But you can't be somebody you're not. You just can't. It's just gonna eat you alive, and you're gonna attract all kinds of wrong people. You need to be who you are, and who you are is beautiful, I promise you. I promise you, you're gonna live a better life. You're gonna be more magnetic, you're gonna attract opportunities. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be just fine, I promise you, you're just gonna be fine. During Pride Month, I saw an ad for M&Ms, which why did you make the green M&M less beautiful? Why did you make her boring? You didn't do anything for the community by doing that. Anyway, sorry I'm like getting so heated. I'm really not, I'm just, okay, but it's okay. I'm like so happy. I love you guys, oh my god. During Pride Month, I saw an ad on TikTok for M&Ms, and it was these two guys, I don't know, they were like famous or something, not that famous, hello, what's up? Anyway, they were just these two masculine gay guys in like workout clothes, and they were saying, growing up, we didn't fit into the typical stereotype of being a gay man, and they did that, gay man. But then we realized there's no right way to be gay. That really pissed me off. That like truly like pissed me off. They were talking about being athletic and like athletes, and I don't understand that at all, because in our community, being an athletic, masculine, straight-passing gay man is the right way to be gay. And being a stereotypical gay man, hi, oh my god, you look fabulous, that's the one that we shame. Nobody is shaming athletic, masculine gay men. You're propped up, you're highly sought after, you have everything. You're not, I don't understand like this idea and to call like feminine gay men like a stereotype, to do like a limp wrist and be like a stereotype. It's not a stereotype. It's not a stereotype. These people are real. These people exist. Most people are like this. More people are like that. More people are your typical stereotypical, hi, gay man than you think, because we teach each other that that is wrong and that you need to push that away, and you need to look like Zac Efron and dress in, you know, athleisure from Ross and not listen to Britney Spears and not watch Drag Race or like pink things, and you need to wear loose underwear, and you need to wear white Nike socks. We condition each other to believe that. So a lot of these like straight passing gay men, a lot of these like masculine gay men, deep down inside, honey, fruity as hell. Fruitier than fucking Carmen Miranda, honey. Fruity, okay? Hello. And I know it because I tried to be masculine. I tried to like suppress my femininity. I tried to push away all of this, and it didn't work. But if it did work, who knows where I'd be. So I really despise that ad because it really made me mad. I know it might sound stupid, and people who are not in our community and who haven't grown up having the experience of being a feminine gay boy, you might not understand why it pissed me off so bad, but it really did piss me off because who I am was called a stereotype, Stereotypes are like gay people like Britney Spears. That's a stereotype. Gay people maybe even have a limp wrist. That's a stereotype. But gay people are feminine. Gay men are feminine. That's not a stereotype. That's a fact. Maybe not all of them. Definitely not all of them. There are plenty of gay men who just look like random straight men. But not all of them. A lot of them are fruitier than Carmen Miranda. Internalized homophobia has really awful real-world implications. So recently I watched the show Glamorous on Netflix. Spoiler alert for this show, but honestly, don't watch it. It's so awful you won't enjoy it. Albeit cringe and bad, it actually did a really good job of showcasing a feminine gay boy being himself, being magnetic, attracting opportunities, and living his life. So the show basically follows this character, Marco. I only watched it because he works for Kim Cattrall, Samantha from Sex and the City, who is like this huge makeup mogul. He works at her makeup studio. He has relationships. He's even a top. He wears makeup. He wears heels. He wears dresses. He's fabulous. They did this amazing job of showing people you can be a feminine gay boy and you can live a wonderful life, and that can even be something that attracts opportunities to you. They did a wonderful job doing that. And then at the end of the show, they made him trans. And they made him go on hormones. At the end of the show, it showed him walking into a place to get hormones. And it showed his mom saying, "I always knew you were my daughter." Did you really? They ruined the whole thing. They ruined the entire thing because instead of showing young queer people, you can be who you are and live a beautiful life full of opportunities, full of love, full of everything you desire. You can be whoever you are and have that life. Instead of doing that, it perpetuated internalized homophobia, because internalized homophobia is a huge reason that a lot of people, a lot of gay men, are confused and think that they are transgender women and then end up as detransitioners because you'd rather be a woman than a gay boy. I struggled with this. I remember being young, freshman in high school, listening to Lana Del Rey and thinking, I wish that I was a girl who listened to Lana Del Rey and not a gay boy who listened to Lana Del Rey, and starting to have people call me she and, try to social transition until I realized I just have a lot of internalized homophobia. This show perpetuated this idea that you are either a straight-passing, muscular, athletic gay man or a transgender woman on hormone replacement therapy. My apologies for the abrupt change in video quality. My camera died, so I'm on my phone now. This is like a classic YouTuber moment. I feel like this is a rite of passage. Like, I've definitely earned a badge, like switching from camera to phone. But as I was saying, those are the two options of young gay boys. Those are your options. Pick one. Do you want to force yourself into this box or this one? Which one? Because you can't be who you are. God forbid. That'd be horrible. So I'm here to tell you, young gay boy who's watching me, or anybody, be yourself, because that's more beautiful and that is gonna attract opportunities. In the show Glamorous, he got the job because he was who he was and because he had offered a unique perspective. That's why he got the job. I have an audience because I offer a unique perspective to the content that I create because of my experience and because of the fact that I am a gay man. Honey, that neckline is awful. You need something more vintage. I'm allowed to talk like that. Anyway, so this is a really awful belief that this really forces people into boxes, and this causes people to seek gender-affirming care when they're not trans. It perpetuates the idea that you're a girl, you like pink. You wear heels, you're a girl. You wear pink, you're a girl. You wear makeup, you're a girl. You're a girl. Congratulations. Work at Starbucks and they will fund your transition. I'm here to tell you, this has nothing to do with being a girl. This is not what being a girl is. This is liking and enjoying life. This does not make me a transgender woman. This makes me me, and I'm not a transgender woman. And maybe you aren't either. Maybe you are. Be who you are. That's the moral of the story. Be who you are. Be who you are, because that's better than somebody who you're not. So those are the two things that I really wanted to talk to you guys about today. Some people are definitely talking about the latter, but the former, the Grindr stuff, the underage people being taken advantage of, nobody's talking about that. I haven't heard anybody talk about that. I swear on my life, I have not heard a single person even talk about that in real life, let alone online. So I hope that this can get a conversation going about protecting the young members of our community and educating them, protecting them from these people who are going to take advantage of them, educating themselves not to put themselves in situations where their safety is going to be compromised, and educating them to believe that you can be whoever you want to be. You can be who you truly are, and that is how you're going to get the life that you want. Being who you are, now we're getting to like manifestation stuff, but like being who you are and stepping into your identity unapologetically and being yourself, you're going to attract opportunities to you. You're going to live a more fulfilling life. The right people are going to find you. The right opportunities are going to find you. And the wrong opportunities, the wrong people, the wrong spaces are going to reject you. The insecure gay men who don't like femininity because they suppress their own femininity are not going to want to be with you if you're a feminine gay man. And some guys just don't like feminine guys, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And you don't need those people. Those people not liking you doesn't have anything to do with you. It has everything to do with them. They might not like you because deep down inside, they want to, bust it down to Rihanna or Nicki, but they have to pretend to like Coldplay. Or they might not like you because they're simply not attracted to you, but that's fine and that's okay. And that doesn't bear any weight on the quality of who you are as a person. So be who you are. It's okay if you don't know who you are. It's okay to try on different identities. Think, look in the mirror and say, do I want to think of myself this way? Do I want people to refer to me like this? Do I want this? Do I want to wear this? Do I want to act like this? Try stuff on. There's no like rush. What's the rush? Be who you are. Find out who you are. Explore your options. Be open to changing your mind. Be patient and accepting with the people around you, and you'll go far, and you'll find out who you are in no time. But trying to force yourself into these rigid boxes that are extremely heteronormative, gay guy in blue, trans woman in pink, that's not gonna get you anywhere. And it's okay if you're a trans. I don't want to act like I'm like hating on like trans women. I love trans women. Some of the most beautiful, transformative, pun intended, friendships in my life have been with incredible transgender women. Some of my favorite people in the world are transgender women. I support the trans community, but I'm not a part of it. And that's fine. And I don't see why I should have to be, because I'm not. So I hope that you found this video helpful. I hope that this is something that you guys are interested in. Are you guys interested in seeing these more kind of like serious talks with me? I kind of tried to start a series on here called like Olive's Opinions, where I talked about love and like relationships, and I was like, I'm gonna start posting these every week, and then I didn't. But if you guys are interested in this kind of thing, let me know, because I think about stuff like this a lot. I wrote hella notes about this. I have like 3 pages of notes that I wrote about this. I think about this kind of stuff all the time, and I have conversations about this kind of stuff with my friends all the time. This is actually inspired by a conversation I had with my friend Jessie. So let me know if you guys like this kind of thing, and I can definitely make more. Let me know your guys' thoughts on this whole thing. Let me know your guys' thoughts on Grindr, what their responsibility to our youth is. Let me know what you guys think of Glamorous and how that show perpetuated this extremely homophobic rhetoric. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching this. Do you guys like me without makeup? Some people were like, you need to make videos without makeup. Tell me what you think if you are into this. I love you guys so much. You guys mean so much to me. You guys mean the world to me. I literally pay my rent because of you guys. So thank you so much. I love you guys. Bye.